Record 003. Distraction is usually described as a personal failure, a weakness of discipline, a lapse in focus, an inability to remain with one thing long enough for it to deepen. But this diagnosis is often incomplete. Attention does not exist in isolation. It is shaped by environment. And environments are never neutral. Every system has a rhythm. Every interface has a logic. Every structure distributes attention in its own way. Some distribute it toward depth. Others distribute it toward interruption. The contemporary environment favors interruption. It rewards immediacy. It rewards response. It rewards novelty. It rewards the rapid transfer of attention from one signal to the next. Under these conditions, distraction is no longer an exception. It becomes the default pattern of consciousness. This is why many people experience their own attention as unstable, even when they are trying to concentrate. The instability is not always internal in origin. Sometimes it has been trained. A mind repeatedly exposed to fragmented signals does not simply become busy. It becomes restructured. Not around continuity, but around switching. Not around depth, but around responsiveness. Not around persistence, but around re-entry. In such a system, attention is not allowed to settle long enough to acquire weight. It remains active. But activation is not the same as coherence. It remains stimulated. But stimulation is not the same as orientation. It remains occupied. But occupation is not the same as thought. This produces a specific type of person: available, reactive, informationally saturated, structurally thin. Such a person may know many things, may respond quickly, may move constantly, but nothing stabilizes internally. Because stabilization requires duration. And duration is precisely what interruption erodes. Distraction, then, is not always random noise. It can be architecture. A patterned environment that prevents attention from remaining anywhere long enough to become force. This is why the consequences are often misunderstood. People assume distraction wastes time. But its deeper cost is not temporal. It is structural. It prevents accumulation. It weakens continuity. It interrupts the formation of mass. And where mass does not form, a life may remain active for years without becoming directional. Distraction is not always a failure of will. Sometimes it is the expected outcome of an environment designed without silence, without friction, and without depth. Where interruption becomes constant, continuity becomes rare. And where continuity becomes rare, structure does not form.